What in the world is a worldview? Well, worldview comes from the German word Weltanschauung. And I'm sorry if you're German, I'm probably not actually saying it well or right, maybe even, but it's spelled right. Look in the below, all the wording and the links and stuff that I've provided in this. But it comes from that German word Weltanschauung, which comes from the union of two German words, Welt, which means world, and Anschauung, which means perception or life view or paradigm. Every worldview is marked by the guiding premise of evaluation. A worldview is how one views or interprets reality. It is a collection of beliefs about life and the universe as held by a human being or sometimes a group of people. It is a comprehensive conception of the world from a specific standpoint. It is the perspective from which an individual observes and understands the world. A carefully examined and reflective worldview consists of a network of interconnected ideas that form a unified whole. The worldview, it also contributes heavily to what a person believes to be right or wrong behavior. Those with differing worldviews see the world through different lenses that color how they understand and experience it. Those who share worldviews share assumptions about what is real, true, and good. Worldviews influence personal meaning and values, the way people act and think. Worldviews seek to answer the big questions of life. Who am I? Where did I come from? Why do I exist? What is the meaning of life? Worldviews cover a lot of the same ground as that religions do, but the term worldview is useful because everyone has one, whether they claim to be religious or not. The worldview, in fact, serves like a religion for those who do not identify with a particular faith. This is a key insight, for it shows that all humans filter the world through their particular perspectives. Everyone is biased. No human sees the entire big picture of the entire universe exactly as it is. Only a perfect God could do that perfectly. But does a perfect God exist? Or are there multiple gods? Is God the entire universe? And we also may be gods? Does God or gods not exist at all? Is life merely a cosmic coincidence? What is the right worldview? Well, all worldviews share these commonalities. They influence the way people live. Even those without a well-thought-out worldview that can be clearly articulated still live by a code based on basic assumptions. Worldviews, in fact, are always based on bottom-line assumptions that are not to be challenged or questioned. All worldviews compete for allegiance. Each claims its own way of looking at the world is the best or only true path. Each is, therefore, a contributing factor in making its adherents narrow-minded, even those who claim to be open-minded. And all worldviews have strict rules that must not be broken. By learning how worldviews work, you are equipped to understand the assumptions and rules by which others operate. Worldviews determine values, which determine behaviors. Understanding others' worldviews will not only enable empathy for others, but it will also provide with a greater appreciation for truth once lies are discovered. Now consider this example. In Africa, an elderly woman might greet a young boy by calling him grandfather. In that African area, when a child is born, her people perform the Curanet rite, or the calling. The women call out ancestral names. Are you so-and-so? Are you so-and-so? Until the child sneezes. This group firmly believes that the child is the spirit and name of the ancestor that lives in the person of the new baby. Consequently, when the elderly lady calls the young boy grandfather, it's an actual family greeting, not something from a nutty old lady. Consider a few more examples. Paganism holds that many gods and spirits exist, all competing with one another and typically harming humans. Well, naturalism says the physical, material world is all that exists. Pantheism holds that the world itself is divine. Well, syncretism blends together many different worldviews and ignores their fundamental contradictions. Worldviews are typically evaluated in terms of their coherence, testability, explanatory power and scope, simplicity, and livability. There are many different ways of understanding reality, and I intend to investigate all the major worldviews that I can. Understanding others' worldviews is just as important as understanding your own. In fact, how do you know that your worldview is the most reasonable worldview unless you have examined all other available worldviews? The classic schematic for a worldview is truth. But what is truth? Well, that needs to be examined.